Good morning. The key to becoming more productive, I think, relies in a balanced lifestyle. A balanced lifestyle where you can actually get everything done that helps you push forward, but also everything that you actually enjoy doing, like spending time with your family. If at the end of the day you want to be the kind of person that is rich and successful but still has a family or still is extremely focused on family, you should spend time with them, is what I'm talking about. I came up with this idea by taking some time yesterday to just go out for some food, go out for lunch with the family, and just take some time to be there for them, to be there, to appreciate them, to show them that I'm grateful and I'm willing to spend time with them, because that is what I prefer doing in my spare time. Yes, I'm working hard. Yes, I'm incredibly busy. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of things that I've planned and that I want to get done in order to create the lifestyle that allows me to take more time for my family and to spend more time with them, but also to raise them in a way I want to be able to raise kids in the future, and I want to be able to raise them in a specific way. I don't want to be the kind of person that raises their kids like everybody else does in today's society. So I do understand the purpose of having a rough and hard childhood, but I do know that there are a few things that don't necessarily need to be added or put through for a child to have a useful and decent upbringing. Like, for instance, I would say I don't want my kids to go to school, public school. I don't want my kids to go to daycare. I would prefer if me or my other family members, wife, would be able to take care of the kids at home, so we don't have somebody else to do it for us that would in the end influence them with behavioral patterns and ideas that I don't want them to have, which is basically just a lesson I got for myself when I was a teenager in high school. I remember the garbage. I remember across all of my elementary school, high school years, all of the garbage that was just thrown at me and just pounded into my head, like, yeah, you need to do it this way, you need to stop doing this, or if you do this you're going to be punished, if you tell the truth you aren't necessarily rewarded, that kind of stuff. And it really just pushes you to discover who you truly are, and when you're measuring everything, realistically come up with a few things and you're like, yeah, if I chose a life for my kids, I would have preferred that they didn't have to go through the exact same journey that I went through, which is a bit of a too easy journey. I had it way too easy when I was a kid, but at the same time, I wasn't in the perfect environment because my parents just did the best they could at the stage they were at. So I do truly believe that you can create that environment for your kids to raise them in a better environment that you choose. Not necessarily spoil them with everything, but make sure that they are raised in a fashion that you deem fit, because at the end of the day, they're your kids and they're your responsibility. So this thought came to me when, over the course of a few days, I've been thinking about how to become more productive, because I've been kind of stuck in the same pattern and the same loop of just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I was like, I'm not moving with enough speed. I'm not moving with enough tenacity and enough like ruthlessness that I was before. And I think that probably just stems from just falling into a routine and just doing too much of the same thing over and over. Now, a routine is good. It's good for you. It's very important that you are able to run a routine when you come from a place where you never had a routine in the first place. Now, if you have a work job, set amount of hours that you need to do X, Y, and Z, that helps with the routine. But at the same time, I've been taking, like, at this point, years to create my own schedule at the end of every day and to plan out the next day, so I know exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I need to do, and make sure that my time is spent wisely and sticking to the schedule as much as possible. So now I do recommend this. I do recommend that you create yourself a routine and you go through it and you adapt to it and you become really, really good at it. So that way you can measure how much time you invest into where, how much time costs takes to do the tasks you want to perform, and make sure that you're able to stick to that routine over the long term, over the long period of time, so that way you can prove to yourself, number one, that you are able to do something consistently for a long period of time. Number two is having a good, solid, structured schedule will help with productivity. So at the start, when I started scheduling out my days and everything, I remember I wasn't very productive because I was doing a bit of this here, a bit of this there, whenever I really kind of felt like it. And so having a structured schedule allowed me to delete the mental energy that I was spending on thinking about, okay, what do I need to do now? So that way, I know for sure, just open up the schedule. Okay, what do I need to do next? Boom. What do I need to do next? Boom. Same thing over and over and over again. At some point, you get so used to the schedule that you don't even need to look at it. You just know what you planned out yesterday because it's the same. So you get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, now it's 8 a.m. I need to go do this. Or now, it's 10 a.m. I need to go do this. Or it's 1 p.m. I need to go to the gym. Or it's 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. I need to go eat something. Or whatever it is, how you structured your schedule, basically. And so I do truly believe that a schedule is important and routine is very valuable and useful. But it comes a time where, for instance, like for me right now, I am stuck in kind of a routine and I'm not getting enough done as much as I would prefer to get done. So what I decided to do is put an alarm clock at 5 a.m. instead of my usual wake up time. Usually I never put an alarm clock. I usually wake up around 6 to 7 a.m. And so I decided to put an alarm clock earlier to 5 a.m. so that I could get an extra hour or two, so that I could either take some time to restructure my schedule or attack tasks that are more important for me. Like for instance, right now, I'm super focused on my business, and the number one task on my to-do list is landing more deals, getting more clients, and that sort of stuff. So I do truly believe that the routine is helpful, but you need to be able to disrupt that routine from time to time, to throw in a challenge or an obstacle, so that way you can struggle a bit more and adapt and become better, because humans are extremely good at adapting to things. One of the main traits most humans have is adaptability. Like, it's either you adapt and you survive, or you die. That's usually how it happened in nature back in the day. In like in like prehistoric times, it's either you adapt a strategy to kill the animals so that you have food to eat, or you die. It's that kind of mentality that goes through your mind whenever you're adapting to something. It makes you better at it. So routine is good, but sometimes you need to throw a wrench in the gears to see if the gears are good enough or can be improved. You need to change a few things. You need to test different approaches. You need to become the man that is going to push yourself out of the comfort zone into somewhere that feels kind of shitty. Like, for instance, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I feel more tired, obviously, because I haven't woken up at 5 a.m. in a long time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna need a few days to adapt to this schedule. But once I do, I'm no longer gonna need the alarm clock, and I'm just gonna be able to wake up at 5 a.m. Usually, that's how I personally manage to go through things. So that means I might need to go to sleep a bit earlier. That's fine. Usually, I'm not that productive in the evening anyway, so I would prefer waking up early so that way I have a fresh, clear mind so that I can attack brand new tasks and I have more energy to do stuff. Usually my most productive time is in the morning. That's personally how I work the best. It might be different for you. I definitely would recommend you find what works best for you and do that more. I've got some friends that work better in the evening. I've got some friends that work better in very early morning. I've got some friends that are better that just work periodically, like here, there, and there, that really have a schedule. So you need to truly just find what works best for you and just do more of that. Because like, if you always do what works best for you, I do truly believe that you'll make more progress faster. That's as simple as it sounds. It's really that simple. So at the end of the day, everything that I'm doing personally, like, I've picked a goal for myself. I picked a certain type of lifestyle, and that is what guides me moving forward. So if you have a goal or a specific lifestyle that you want to live or something, and I was talking about how to set goals yesterday, so I do recommend you go check out that video, so that way you have a better idea of like how to set a goal and like be as specific as possible with it. I do truly believe, and I do say that a lot, that my like overarching lifestyle, like the one point that is always attached to that like ultimate lifestyle is always going to be family. It's always going to be bloodline. It's always going to be like creating a good environment where I can help as many people as I can, and people that I can trust and rely on, that I don't need to just like put some time aside to vet them. Like, I know if they're family, they're more likely going to be able to be trustworthy people because we bear the same last name. So like, that's the same. Like, for instance, I'm mixed race, so I have people in France that are part of my family. I have people here in New Zealand. I have people in America, and I have people in England as well. So the part of my family here that lives in New Zealand are part British, and they're also part Maori. So part Maori is the original people that used to live in New Zealand before the English came and colonized the island. And so these people are extremely traditional and extremely family orientated. So whenever we set something up to work together, like for instance, like maybe like 1 week, 2 weeks ago, we went down with my dad to work on the tribal land because we have like a tribal family cemetery, and we have this communal house which is called the Morai. And so, for a bit of context, basically it's the tribe house. It's the tribe house. It's built in a specific area where all of the people from our family are able to join and commune and just be like part of the same tribe and the same family in that environment, so they can raise kids better, so they can have fun together, so they can eat together, so they can drink together, and so they can have a good time together. So that is the tribal aspect of that family part that I have within me, and I do enjoy it a lot because it is extremely different to the family units over in Europe, for instance, over in France. Because in France it's very fragmented, very dispersed. Every single person has their own house. Nobody is really living with each other. So instead here, it's like everybody just comes together all the time and just does stuff. Like, for instance, in this case, every year we go to the Morai twice a year, and we take care of the grounds. So basically, instead of hiring a caretaker, what we do is we just commune with all of the family members in a group chat or whatever, and we message each other, and we set up a time and a date where we come to the place and we take care of the grounds. So we have a bunch of dudes, a bunch of women. All of the women, they take care of the house. They take care of the inside of the house. It's very meticulous. It's very well coordinated. So all the women, they take care of the inside. So they clean all the inside. They clean all the bathrooms. They clean all the kitchen. They clean all the communal room. They clean everything basically inside the Morai. And then all of the dudes, they take care of the outside. So outside there's a cemetery where all of the people from our family and the extended family are buried, and the cemetery is fucking massive. Like, there's probably like 100 people, like hundreds of people there, so buried there. So basically the dudes, what they do is they just get a bunch of lawnmowers, they get a bunch of weedies, they get a bunch of stuff to hack the hedges, all that sort of stuff, and we just clean up everything outside. We mow the lawns around the graves. We make sure everything's neat and tidy, clean. And it's really just a sign of respect, number one, to the ancestors, and number two, to the family around us. It's to show that we are ready to put responsibility into this task and to put time and effort into showing that we are part of the tribe. We are part of it, and we're not giving up. And I do believe that is one of the most beautiful things that you can have, is a strong, or like at least unified family unit. Even if it's not necessarily you, your wife, your kids, and it is more like you, your wife, your kids, and then a bunch of other people, and then everybody comes together. Like that really feels amazing to have. And I do think it's a much better idea to have this place where everybody can just like get together and have a chat and eat together and have a good time. Because like on this earth, we're here to have a good time, not a long time. You're gonna live your life, and then one day it's gonna be over. So I do think you should have a good time, since we're not having a long time. Pick what it is you want to do, and don't just say like, oh, this is too hard, or this is too expensive, or this is going to be too complicated. Just go at it, get it done. And like, even like for me, like my dad, I think he's 52 I'm pretty sure. And basically, he said like, oh, I really don't want to just buy a car for the sake of buying a car. But I remember, so my granddad, so his dad, he bought like an old classic car. I think it was a Chrysler Valiant Charger or something like that. And he said that was the one of the greatest things in his childhood, because it felt amazing to be in that kind of car. Like it's an old classic car. It doesn't feel the same. So he said if he ever bought a car, he wouldn't buy like a crappy Mazda or a Prius or fucking whatever that everybody else would buy if they didn't have that much money and did only use the car because they needed it. He wouldn't buy like an SUV or any of that sort of car. He would actually just buy a classic car. So what he did recently is he found a car, and I've posted this on my on my YouTube Shorts a bit. And basically, it's a 1967 classic Chevy Impala. And so he found this, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy this." And he was like looking through a bunch of them, and like this one showed up, and I told him like, "Yeah, you need to buy this one. Yeah, just buy this one, this one, this one. Just buy it now." And he said like, "Okay, we're going to buy it." And so he bought it. He set everything up. He bought it. And even though it was a bit out of his budget, he managed to get the money and just buy it, you know? And so if you can, if you have something like a goal or like things that you want to buy, and you really truly believe that you want to have those, you need to find a way or make one if you want those things. Nobody's gonna get them for you. Nobody's gonna pay them for you unless you have like the infinitely abysmal chance that in your family there's somebody that is willing to, out of the bottom of their heart, pay for your stuff with enough money. So like, I doubt you have like a millionaire or billionaire that is extremely like uncaring about his money and just helping everybody out because he can. Like, that's personally what I would like to be, but not there yet. So I can't just pay for everybody's shit, you know. Unfortunately, I don't make enough money to do that just yet, but that's where I would like to be at. Beside the point, I think family is extremely important, regardless of how much money you make, how much resources you have available. If you can show support, may it be mentally or physically or financially, that's perfect. Just show your support, be there for them, even if they don't necessarily have the same beliefs you have. Just show them yourself on your best day and say like, hey, maybe we don't agree on certain beliefs politically or religiously. I don't really care about that. Like, we're part of the same family. I'm just gonna help you regardless. Like, if you need help, I'll help you. If I need help, I would like for you to help me because we're part of the same family. That's what I expect. And yeah, you know, like, if you can't be helped, then I won't help you. But if you want to be helped, then I'll gladly help. That's what I'm saying. Like, the intent is what matters. Like, you can help someone that is, for instance, an alcoholic or that smokes too much, and they know they need to stop. You can like put out your hand and be like, hey, I've got a solution. If you want, I can help you. I can teach you. I can tell you what to do. You just have to follow what I have to say. And if they say like, yeah, but no, then that's their decision. The thing that matters is you laid out your hand and you said, hey, I'm here to help. If you want some help, I'm here. And if you don't want to help, then it's up to you. So I do think everybody should do that a bit more. Just help out your family members, and just don't force the help on them. Just because I used to do this as well. I used to force my mind view on other people. Like, I used to say like, why aren't you going to the gym? You're a fat fuck. or you're a fucking piece of shit because you're not eating right, and you should be doing this because I'm doing it this way, and why aren't you making more money? And after second thought, after like a couple months and years of thinking about it and going through it myself, I understood that it's my journey, it's not theirs. And I might be able to improve their life by the simple fact that instead of forcing them to do something, I can inspire them to do it by just leading by example. It's much easier because that way I don't have to force them. I just have to say, hey, I'm here if you want some help. I'm here if you don't want any help. I'm just gonna keep doing me. That's how I believe everybody should act more. It's like, if you always show up and you always tell them, hey, I'm here to help, if you need any help, just ask me, then you'll get to a point where it gets much easier to communicate with them. I would like, for example, I want to raise my kids to be extremely helpful towards others. I want to raise them with my core values that are honor, integrity, loyalty, trust, all that combine greatness together. Hard work and toughness and ruthlessness towards others, but also being empathetic and helpful. So I want my kids to have those values, and I want my kids to be the people that lead others by example. I want my kids to be able to bring others towards them and having other people ask them for favors, so that way they are always the helpful people that will always like go an extra step to help the people they care the most about. Like if it's in relationships, if it's in family, if it's in, even if they get kids, which I hope they fucking do. They better. If you're watching this, you better fucking have kids or else. So, at the end of the day, if you spend a bit of time with family, I think that's good. Just have that intent in mind. Like, just, if you're doing something, do that. Don't fucking scroll on your phone. Don't pull up something else to distract yourself with. Be in the moment. Live in the moment. Savor the moment. And have a good time. Even if you're there for the sake of someone else. If you're going to a birthday party, you don't really like the people around you, but you're there because of a family member. It's their birthday. You're there like to support them. That's fine. If you're bored, who cares? You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for them. Just be respectful towards others. Like, you don't have to talk to anyone. The simple fact of you being there matters. Because they're going to think about, oh yeah, he came to my birthday. He cares. Showing to other people that you care is the only thing that makes you more that makes people like it makes you push other people forward better. Like, imagine if you started caring a lot about certain things, and some people said like, oh, I see you really cared about our relationship together, so I'm going to do this favor for you. I'm gonna buy you some food, or I'm gonna get you this I don't know, this car, or I'm gonna give you some advice, or I'm gonna give you some of my time, or I'm gonna give you some of my advice. It's the unity in the family unit that is extremely helpful and extremely useful towards each other. Because at the end of the day, we're here to have a good time, not a long time. So make sure if you do have some family members that you really appreciate and you really enjoy being around, make sure that you don't spend too much time with them if they're not necessarily a great influence. But if you do enjoy spending time with them, spend a bit of time with them every week, every month, every year, as much as you want/can, and don't regret it. Like, if you're gonna do something, don't regret it. Just do it. Just fucking boom. Simple. Be in the moment, live in the moment, take some time to think about it for a second. What do you want your lifestyle to be like? And yeah, appreciate you, all of you guys watching to the end of the video. And yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. Happy to have a conversation and answer any questions in the chat. in the comments. Give some advice if you guys need it. And I wish you have a great day, and I'll see you around.